Greetings, YouTube. Nemo resideo, leave no one behind. A sentiment familiar with anyone that knows the U.S. Army Ranger Creed. And I would go so far as to say that many people, maybe even most people in the GOP base, would support that sentiment, leave no one behind. But it's always couched in the terms of conflict and military service. But I have a more global definition that I use for that phrase. And I feel it applies to everyone, every human being on this planet, that we should leave no one behind. What do I mean by that? What I mean by that is that no one should be allowed to languish in suffering. No one should be left in the cold and homeless. None should be left in hunger without food. None should be left in ignorance without an education. And none should be left in sickness without health care. We have the capacity to do this. Specifically, I can tell you right now that in America, we have the funds to pull this off. We could make sure with a universal basic income that no one ever is homeless, hungry, ignorant, or sick, or at least without health care. We just choose not to. In what is often claimed, both within and without the United States, one of the most religious countries on the planet, America is often viewed as absurdly Christian, hardcore Christian, and yet, in some very un-Christ-like ways, the GOP-based voters are more than willing to throw millions of Americans under the bus and ignore their suffering. Now, I'm really unhappy with the GOP base, and that's just a smidge of an understatement. I don't ever want to talk to any of them again. But I want to make sure that we have policies in place so that none of them suffer, because I wish no ill will upon any of them. I don't look down upon the concepts of empathy, sympathy, and compassion. I consider those to be our highest ideals as human beings. And I know it's a contradiction to say that and then to also say that I don't want to talk to the GOP base. But they've shown me through their actions that I don't want to interact with them. They've shown me with their words, and I still want to make sure that none of them suffer. Not now, not ever. And we have the resources in America to do this. And we are supposed to be a deeply Christian nation. And we just choose not to do it. We choose to leave everyone behind. Devil take the hindmost. I've got mine. Screw you. And that's not a very Christian way of looking at things now, is it? So I think that that famous Latin phrase, which has been absorbed with the U.S. Army Rangers, should be applied to everyone in America, should be applied to everyone in the world, that we should leave no one behind. So why aren't we doing it?